talk about Spamalot. I am Googie Uterhart, and I played King Arthur.
I'm Nick Walker-Jones. I played Lancelot.
I'm Roberto Mendez, and I played Patsy. It was definitely a roller coaster of a show. Once we kind of started the show, it was pretty nonstop until bows.
Yeah, you're like shot out of a cannon just from the beginning.
That's what it is.
And like, I felt like my show was all changing costumes and then
Yes.
coming on, and then you guys were just like the marathon runner. I mean, you just like never left the stage, never left the stage, never left the stage.
So before the show, we got to do some promotional videos.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. We did a video in a bar. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Dismount!
They had come up with a drink specifically for the show, the Knights of Knee
Yeah.
Ale, something like that.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And then what was the other one we did?
We shot a video in the mayor's office
Yes.
with the mayor of Sandy Springs, and he was incredible. An amazing,
Rusty, right?
an
Yeah.
amazing scene partner.
Can I interest you in 2 tickets to Spamalot? I'm an elected official. Are you offering me a bribe? Oh, no! Security! Come, Patsy!
It really was a great time and got us like an opportunity to really kind of work on these characters well before we even got to the stage. So we got to try on the costumes really early on.
Right.
Got to experience what it was like playing around with coconuts. So it was a sort of rehearsal in itself.
Tell us about the coconuts.
The coconuts in rehearsal, I practiced kind of banging on different coconuts because they made different sounds and they felt differently in your hands. So I tried to find the perfect coconuts, and I actually ended up, So I found the coconuts that I really, really liked to use, and those unfortunately broke on stage one night.
Oh yeah.
And so I think we recovered pretty well, but it was still just a sad moment. Inside, I was just kind of shedding some tears for my favorite pair of coconuts.
Together, we will bring chivalry to a rude and churlish time.
We'd always go churlish.
Chush.
But first, I thought, let's go to Camelot.
I mean, already this set is incredible.
Oh,
I mean, this drop that is behind us right now.
I always got like slightly stressed right before, like right up about here, where I'd be like, oh, here we go. There's no stopping.
I definitely missed that jump a few times.
Step, turn, hi.
Billy's wig.
Spum.
See, he's just so friendly.
Aw, we love Patsy. Yeah, so by this point in the show, we were already sweating, and then we're like, here comes the big dance number.
Well, because I think for this, we have the all for one. We have that scene, and then it goes right into this, which then goes right into the God scene.
Yeah.
And then right into Find Your Grail.
Find Your Grail.
So it's just like doom, 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 and right into the French taunting scene until the end. Like
They're
it was
all-
this
yeah.
until intermission.
They're all
Right,
big
yeah.
songs, these huge numbers. Oh.
Did you still have your
No,
pick?
oh, that's what
that
they
was
broke! That's
it.
what they broke!
We have it on
Oh,
film,
you turned
ladies and
it. Oh,
gentlemen.
you just
Yeah.
turned it. Oh, that's funny.
My bro, see,
Oh,
I'm
no.
smiling through the pain of knowing that my favorite coconuts
They'll
are
never come
sorry,
back.
pal. Sorry.
Yes, I had done the show before, 10 years actually, 10 years
Whoa.
prior to doing our version, and it was really fun to get to revisit that. It was actually in college, my senior year, so they split up some of my. I didn't actually get to be Tim the Enchanter, so I didn't get to do the whole thing. So I actually got to ride the full roller coaster this time, which was.
You had an amazing track.
Yeah.
I had track envy. He got to play some really, really funny characters.
If there was ever
iconic
anybody
characters.
standing in your way, it was usually.
Yes,
usually
that's
me.
true.
If you will not show us the Grail, we shall take this castle by force.
Hey, you don't frighten us, English pig dogs. Go and.
I love how the insults get more and more elaborate. It was so wonderful doing these actual lines from Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the actual sketches that we grew up watching. Oh,
And the energy from the audience too, because you knew that the audience knew these scenes
yeah.
and knew these lines and these characters. So feeding off of that energy was great every night.
Yeah.
Who are you?
We are the knights who say.
it was a real challenge taking these classic Monty Python sketches that everyone knows and a lot of people have memorized.
Yeah.
You would hear people quoting along with some of the sketches. And they changed it a little bit. Sometimes they would change the end to fit the musical story. But, I mean, how do you take something that classic and not just do an impression?
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a real challenge to throw your own spin on it, give it your own, Googieism or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think that's what it is it creates something new that I think the audience has appreciated because we're putting on our version of this production.
Oh boy, here it comes.
See, an actor brain is already preparing myself.
Right.
What if this cow doesn't hit me?
Literally. And I'm like,
Is
okay,
it
I
gonna
gotta
get him?
get it. Oh! So I just had to make sure that I'm just like following it with my eyes and then just kind of trying to place myself under. So, some nights it worked really well. Some nights it fell right on me. But some nights I did have to just adjust myself to make it look like it fell on me.
I think too, when we're in the rehearsal space and you're working with such, well, obviously everybody's professional, but people who are just there to have fun, and you just build off of each other. I mean, part of some of my jokes were built off of something or some way that you might have said something or moved or whatever. So it's kind of just this layered effect that you're not going to produce with any other group of people. That's why it's kind of special. I don't know.
Here they come.
Here they come.
Now, you may not recognize him because he's taller, but Nick Walker-Jones has the 90s as
What was it like walking on those stilts?
Yeah.
You know what? It was that outfit actually grounds me. Like
Okay.
it because it was a big like hula hoop. It
Okay.
kind of just like centered everything.
That's good.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember at intermission seeing you prep for that. You'd
Yeah.
sit on a table, get the stilts on,
Yeah.
and they'd lift you up.
The knights who say need demand a sacrifice.
A sacrifice?
And you have to talk about that because that was one of your
Right.
best finds. You two. That was never. I've never seen it done like that.
Yeah, well, was it? How did that?
I think
come
that
out?
was a Shane
That was
thing.
Shane.
Yeah,
I think
the
that was.
director had this idea that when he says we demand a sacrifice, that we immediately think, well, it must be this guy.
Because who
So,
else?
yeah. So
That was
Patsy
so funny.
is the Patsy.
Yeah.
So we worked this bit into the show.
Yeah.
Not a Monty Python bit, and it did work. Got a laugh
Every time. Yeah.
It was really fun.
Now where are we going to find a
Oh, yeah,
shrubbery?
Bright Side's coming up.
Here we go.
Oh, maybe we can build one out of cats.
Don't be ridiculous. Where are we going to find cats?
Boom.
Oh, and the eyes. And there's eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
I never saw the
Oh, that's
cat
hilarious.
sign and the eyes. That's
I love
hilarious.
that moment.
It was happening up behind me. I couldn't tell. People thought we added the cats references in the show. Now the visuals are added, but
Right.
the cats jokes are right there
In the script.
And always look on the bright side of life.
People know this song right here, right? And it was definitely, I would start Act 2 a little nervous every single night just because I know that people know this song. But once we get started, it's such a fun and joyous song that I got lost in the moment, and then you just start having fun with it.
Who knew that Monty Python and the Holy Grail would lend itself so well to musical theater?
Right.
And
And
something
something
seems a natural fit.
people
Yeah.
still love. I mean, it's on Broadway right now because people want to see this. People want to laugh like this. Also, fun fact: this is a famous whistling song, and I can't whistle. So we had one of our ensemble members, Rob, do the whistling for me off stage, and I would just lip sync.
You did that every night?
Every night. I remember I did the audition for them, and I sang the song. And when it came to the whistling part, in the Patsy character, I was like, I can't whistle, and I started singing the little melody, and they were laughing. So I was like, okay,
I think that's what got you the.
I think this is fine.
You thought on your feet.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I gotta say, I gotta take this moment because they just came on. Our ensemble was so good. Because unlike, a lot of musicals, the ensemble has a lot of bit parts. And some of the funniest stuff in this show was like alms for the poor.
Alms for the poor. Let me give you a hand.
They were such a fantastic group.
Boars. That was Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That head popping off.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Some of the special effects in the show are hilarious.
Yeah. I think the mark of a truly joyful show is not wanting it to end, and I can't speak for everybody, but that last show was hard. I could have done 3 more weeks. That was tough.
I loved that show. That was definitely right up there. Maybe my absolute favorite show I've ever done. Yeah, I could have run that forever.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, it was just so joyous, and the entire cast was brilliant. Definitely a one-of-a-kind experience.
Yeah.
It's such a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
You always love to do those shows where you really make people laugh.
Yeah.
The jokes are solid. The
Yeah.
music's great.
And doing it with a theater that, is able to give you the original set and the costumes and, a space that is conducive to that size of a show was a gift.
City Springs, when's the reunion?
City Springs.
Yes.
Come on.
Spamalot 2.
Spamalot
When's
2.
it coming?
Just saying.
We're in.
If you enjoyed today's video, and if you enjoy what we do,
We hope you will consider a tax-deductible gift to City Springs Theater Company this holiday season.
As we've often told you, 40% of our revenue comes from donations. And this month, your contributions are even more precious thanks to a generous match from Grace and Scott Schickler.
Remember, individual donations help us keep ticket prices down
and allow us to offer discounted tickets to veterans, educators, and first responders.
Thank you for your support. And we'll see you at the theater.